It's time to stop overthinking because what we often don't understand is we are literally thinking ourselves into a negative reality. And for some reason, overthinking is almost like a quirky thing for people to say, like, I just love to overthink this and that. And it's like, no, this is actually really bad. This is actually like not a good thing to overthink all the time. Something that has been really hard for me to really understand is to be you, whether or not you think someone thinks you're weird or not. That overthinking is literally preventing you from creating genuine and real connection with people. You can't have a real relationship with someone or friendship with someone if you're not even being yourself. And it's so easy to not be yourself when you're just stuck in your head. Like, I remember in high school, everyone would always tell me how quiet I was. And they were right. I was very quiet when I was around them. But naturally, I am a talkative person. I like to be social, but my overthinking stopped me from being able to really connect with people because I was too worried what they were thinking about me. People can tell, first of all, people can tell when you are overthinking and you're not being yourself. Not only that is it's off-putting, like people love genuinity. People love other people who are genuine. And you really realize how limiting it is in life in general when you aren't being true to who you are and you're not being true to the people around you if you are just putting on this facade. And I think a big contributor to this is you're not allowing yourself to live in the present and take in the positivity around you. A lot of times when you're in your head, you not only do you just take in all the negatives that's happening around you, but sometimes you also convince yourself of negative things that aren't actually happening. Overthinkers can easily think that everyone hates them, just so focused on everyone's every move, every look. Not everyone's against you, and you can very much be making it all up in your head because you're too much in your head. This keeps you from being able to take in the positives around you. And a lot of times there's a lot more positive than we often see. And it's important to be able to see the positive in every situation, in every relationship with people. It's good to see the positives just as much as it's important to see the negatives. And like I said in the beginning, overthinking only leads to thinking yourself into a negative reality because we often tend to self sabotage. And I don't think a lot of people even realize how much self sabotage is a real thing. And you can fall into that very easily if you don't keep yourself in check and make sure that you're not just stuck in your head all the time and seeing things that aren't really how they are. It's very good for us to think, obviously, but when it gets to the point where you're overthinking about things that you cannot control, if you're overthinking so much that you're changing yourself in ways that just isn't good, isn't you, if you're just trying to be nonchalant when you're very talkative and outgoing, that's so unhealthy for you. Not only that, you won't find people that will enjoy you for you. They're only enjoying this fake version that you can only uphold for so long. You can only act as this person for so long, when things get rough and your true colors start showing. Now you're surrounded by a bunch of people who start to realize that's not really who you were. In fact, you're completely different. But you only acted that way because you just wanted people to like you and you just wanted to become someone you're not. This goes along with what I was talking about earlier, but you don't have bad luck, you're just stuck. You're just stuck in your head. You don't have bad luck. Everyone is not against you, I promise. Yes, there's a lot of crazy and evil in the world, but there's also a lot of good. And as an overthinker, that's something that you feel, that the world is a complete hostile place, that everyone's against you, that every situation's against you, you have no luck in your hands or whatever. But it's not true. You don't have bad luck. But you may be bringing negativity and bad stuff onto you because of you're allowing it. You're allowing yourself to get stuck in your head, believe things that aren't true. And in that case, you will give yourself bad luck if you decide to just stay in your head all the time. As humans, we're supposed to be expressive. We're supposed to change and grow things about ourselves. That's very true. Maybe naturally we have anger issues. That's something that we need to learn to unlearn. That's true. You don't want to stay the same, but you also don't want to change genuine and good things about you just because you look at someone else and think that their way is better. And it's not true. That is why the most beautiful cities in the world are the most diverse, are the most culturally diverse. And that's just what makes life interesting and unique and meaningful? And the funny part about overthinking is we think everyone cares. Like, there came a point in my life where I realized, like, nobody cares. Things don't last long. People's attention on stuff, they don't, even for the short time that people have attention on whatever it is, they don't care. People are so worried about themselves, and it's just ridiculous how everyone is worried about what other people think of them. And it's like, nobody cares because everyone else is thinking about that. Even if they're not, they don't care enough about what you're doing or what you look like. People don't care. It's so easy to see even now in social media. Like, people, okay, they'll make a big deal about something, it'll last for a week. A celebrity will say something, and cancel culture, everyone cancels them, then it's forgotten about in a week. Like, someone wears something embarrassing, okay, people want to make a big deal because they're bored for like a few weeks, few days, and it's over. Like, nobody cares anymore. I mean, I guess that's not something that's super serious to understand, but I mean, it's really helpful because, like, people don't care. And that's something that got me through trying new things, even this channel. Because this channel's a little bit more unique, I'd say, in a sense where I know a majority of people wouldn't be able to just enjoy this content. Majority. And that could be embarrassing if someone I knew, like, realized, or someone I know found my channel. I always felt like, oh, that would be embarrassing. But something I really came to realize is nobody cares. At the end of the day, we're all gonna leave this earth. None of us even know when. This channel can probably be forgotten about, doesn't work out, I don't get enough views. Oh, my friends found out about it, saw that it didn't work out, they make fun of me, forget about it in a month or whatever. Or maybe the channel ends up doing well. They see it, again, they don't really care at the end of the day. They moved on to something else. Or even if I don't even get the chance to really make enough videos, something could happen. You never know. People move on, life moves on, and that's just how it is. And you can look at that as a good or bad thing, and I tend to look at it in the positive sense where people don't care. I don't want to just make a fool of myself, like be crazy and be like, YOLO. I don't agree with that. But I also personally don't want to be stuck in a box my whole life just because I'm too scared to face the people who don't understand what I'm doing, what I'm passionate about, to be so worried about the people who are nitpicking everything that I do, everything that I wear, everything that I say. Because the reality of it is, there is not one person on earth that everyone's gonna love. In fact, people tend to hate on people. Most people are going to hate, regardless of how tall, how short, how talkative, how quiet you are, what you're passionate about, if you're lazy, if you're hardworking. Like, people will hate on whatever you do. You're working too hard. Oh, you're too lazy. Why are you wearing this? Why are you wearing that? Everyone's doing this for the first time. And like I said, nobody cares. And it's gotten to a point where, or I've come to a point where my view was brought into a bigger picture. Nothing here is forever. All I could do is live my life the best of my ability to make sure that I am respecting everybody, that I am doing my purpose, and to hopefully teach others and help others, and learn from others and be helped by others. So stop overthinking. It's really not that deep. And it comes to a point where your thinking is only harming you and it will not save you from anything. In fact, you're only digging yourself a hole for you to fall in. And thank you so much for watching, but until next time, it's time to stop overthinking.